Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second part of Torpedo League Regional Round 1 of Season 1, the Spanish Grand Prix. Last time we had to cancel the race and do a second part because we had someone in the lobby who shouldn't have been there. And yeah, so we're taking another try. This time it will be just a 25% race.
And hopefully this time I can be heard.
Yeah. So I don't know if anyone could hear Jake there. Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, we're good.
Yay!
Hello everyone.
So welcome everyone. This is Jake. This is my he's my co-commentator for today. I was supposed to have Clint commentating alongside me, however, he had to back out last section.
I am from the same city as Clint, so it's basically the same.
Yeah, same thing, just a bit younger. Yeah, so I don't.
Like half his age. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, so I don't know if Clint is meant to be full-time commentator. I know I was asked to be, and I said sure, so I am full-time commentator. My name's Adrian, so hello. I don't know if Clint is also full-time commentator. I'd be happy to have him as full-time commentator. I'd be happy to have guest commentators. But for today, we have Jake Marsh here.
Hello. I did Torpedo League F2 once.
Yeah, that's true. And you did a good job of it. I always watch the streams back, and despite all the stuff that went on during that, you did a good job.
That was Dulga taking out the leader, wasn't it?
Fake Dulga.
Fake Dulga taking out the leader that also happened to be a fake person. What a risk.
Yeah, and now we're having that situation again with some guy who drove the F2004 taking people out. So hopefully he will not return. Having Jake is worse, SMH. Thomas just said that. Well, I always
Thomas, I presume so. You alright, Thomas?
Yeah.
At least it shows I can be heard. I'm just relieved more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you're way worse than fake Dogger. But yeah, unfortunately, Jake couldn't be heard last time. I'd imagine that probably made the stream a little bit confusing. But this time he can be heard, and so what he tells me and you guys, you will be able to hear it this time. So, less confusion this time.
See, now I have to think about what I'm saying, because it's been broadcast.
Yeah, you can't swear now. Although, to be fair, you didn't swear earlier, but you really can't now.
I was very close to with that, what's a nice word? That toilet paper carrier in the Ferrari 2004 ruining the race.
Yeah, that thing had. But, yeah.
There will have been a lot of people who turned off their PS4s, I think, when
yeah,
ended, so
the one issue with this is that I think there'll be a lot of people who just got fed up and left completely. Yeah, it's unfortunate. However, more people are joining. Who retired
from the last race should be back, although he's very unhappy in his Ferrari, he tells me, so...
it's unfortunate.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I do like the Ferrari myself. It was my favorite car when I started watching F1 because it was driven by my favorite driver and it was my favorite team at the time, Ferrari and Fernando Alonso.
Wow, you started watching it in like 2010?
I started in 2010, yeah.
It's fantastic. I started in 2015.
I mean, I've watched since I was born. I watched, but I saw like 5 minutes every few races. Because, like, what's a 3-year-old gonna do sitting for 2 hours watching F1?
Yeah, I mean, we always used to have it on, but then...
Although, in all fairness, I was 4 when I started properly watching, but, you know, shh.
I was 9 or 10? I don't know. I've watched it for enough years now, but the reason... I mean, we've got time whilst the lobby starts to say the why I like Ferrari now, and I used to love Vettel. I used to love him so much, but the reason was because we used to have it on Sundays. I'd never really pay attention, but Vettel in like 2013 was winning every race. But it only showed the 3 letters at the bottom, so it was like Vet, Ham, But. and Vettel was always winning, and so I just remembered him. And then I think I watched a bit towards the end of 2014, and Vettel wasn't doing so well. And then I learned he was going to Ferrari, and Ferrari was this big, cool, incredible thing. You know, everyone wants a Ferrari, and Vettel moved there. And I just
Everyone wants to drive Ferrari.
It's wonderful.
And, yeah.
All three of the cars here, though, and the Brawn is probably the strongest car, but all the 2010 cars have different strengths, so you've got to learn to drive them.
Yep, I love the Ferrari, but I actually do struggle driving it sometimes, to be fair.
Yeah, the McLaren's the quickest on the straights, the Red Bull's very good through the corners, and the Ferrari's a mix of both. So it's, yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, back in 2010, I loved Ferrari and Fernando Alonso, and Felipe Massa was my second favorite driver. So it was
Looking back,
dream
Alonso was
dream
so
team.
good.
Oh my God, Fernando Alonso
Especially
was
in 2012,
amazing.
that might be one of the best seasons a driver's ever produced, despite not winning the championship.
Yeah, that was freaking incredible. I mean, he drove that crap to the top.
It was like, do you remember at the start of the first race this season, and Leclerc got second in
Yeah,
Austria?
that was like...
It was basically that every race. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was complete, like, tractor at the start of the year. And I mean, throughout the year it got better, and people kept comparing it to a tractor. And I always thought that was unfair, because the Ferrari wasn't a tractor after a little bit. Like, it was really bad for quite a while, but it did improve. Never, like, best car, but it improved a lot. And, yeah, I
They
think
got a 1-2 in Germany that year, I think, as well, so... Or maybe a 1-3.
In 2012?
Well, maybe, I can't remember, the Fernando is faster than you. Maybe that was 2010.
That was 2010.
You know these years so well, I can't get anything wrong with you around.
Well, 2010 was when I started watching, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, so... Yeah, I mean... Man, that just reminds me, bad teammate pairings. Vettel Weber, that went poorly.
It did.
Like, it was never great, but especially Malaysia.
Oh yeah, that was bad. Button
Multi
versus Perez
21.
never got off, just thinking
Multi
of that sort of
2-1.
era.
Multi 2-1.
Yeah, Multi 21.
And of course, Fernando was faster than you. And then there was Rosberg Hamilton.
I think there was always, like, rivalry more than hatred between those two. It was a bit like Prost and
Yeah,
Senna.
well, I agree, because they also used to be fantastic friends. Like,
Yeah,
they grew up together. Like, there's video of Hamilton running up and hugging Nico Rosberg on Rosberg's first time on the podium, because he's so excited for his friend to finally get a podium.
Yeah, it's great to see that. I think there's a really good video that shows their sort of history on YouTube. I can't quite remember the channel. I might not find it. I don't know how many viewers we have, but that's worth a watch.
We have like 5.
That's better than none.
Yep.
I'm gonna find the channel.
Yeah, we have 4 viewers.
It's better than none, you know.
Yep.
At least we're not talking to ourselves.
That's true. I've done that a lot in FTRS. Hey, we have 4 comments as well.
Well, there you go.
Hello, lads.
And how many
Hey,
of those
Adam's
can-
watching.
Yeah.
Ghost fired up.
CY Motorsport, I think, is the channel.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's their 3rd most viewed video, How to Beat Lewis Hamilton. It's got 812,000 views. So
All of them are Valtteri Bottas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bottas is actually a very quick driver.
He is
Contrary
very,
to popular opinion.
He is, but at the same
Oh,
time...
there's a massive fight in regional banter chat. That's fun.
I'd imagine there was after that race.
Yeah, that
11
was
people
pretty horrible.
going to get a race, which is more drivers than the last league I was in. Which has gone so downhill. But that's not relevant.
Yeah.
I never got to see the grid here as well, so do you know who was on pole and stuff?
Oh, they're doing a one-shot, actually.
Oh, they're doing one shot. That is very interesting. I think that seems fair enough. I
Yeah.
think the point of this is really to win the championship. That's obviously important, but it's to prove that you're fast enough and clean enough for F2 and then F1 in future. All
Yeah,
of
I
these
think.
guys want to get to F1. I'm
Yeah.
very fortunate that I'm in F1 at the minute. But
Yeah. I have 2 points in F1, and I'm proud of that.
yeah,
Speaking of which, F1 was absolute madness yesterday.
fortunately I was caught up in it. Very much so. I crashed, I think, 4 times yesterday.
Well, Q-tip. I won't get too.
Yeah, Q-tip took me out as well. I was
Yeah,
the
I
first
won't
victim.
get too. I won't
Ah,
get
yeah.
too like complicated or anything, but Q-tip on Charlie.
That
That's
was
the word. I
ridiculous.
won't get too political or anything, but oh no,
That
I'm
was.
not brave enough for
I'll be
politics.
honest with you. I'd already retired from the rest, so I was watching Charlie. I love Charlie. I'm sorry if you're watching the stream, Charlie, but like I was just watching that, and I wanted him to win or at least get a podium so much. And then when Q-tip went deep into the corner and just drove him into the wall, I honestly nearly cried. It was just embarrassing.
13 out of 12 players in the lobby. That's logic.
Oh yeah. How does that work? Maybe it means
Probably
drivers.
voter brought the max amount of players
Yeah.
down after many people were in the lobby. I think that means
13
that
out of 13.
he's got
I
every.
think that
There
means
we
we
go.
might be ready to go though. If there's 13 out of
I'd
30.
imagine so. And we're back down to 12 out of 13. Yay.
I believe someone left though. That's why. Yeah. Oh god. Obviously. Well done, Jay. Great logic there.
Yeah. Well, they've come back.
Well, Jay. Was he here before?
Yep. Well,
Nice.
he wasn't leading, but that was some
Yeah,
William
he was,
guy
of
who's not
course.
here anymore. Oh boy.
So, from what I saw in the last race, then I would say El Poder, who else was quick, and so it goes. Julian was quite quick.
The
and
Norwegian
Will
boy,
Jay.
maybe?
Yeah, Norwegian boy was, but he's very inconsistent.
Yeah, he is quite
he's-
inconsistent, I
He's
agree.
very quick as well, especially in qualifying.
Yeah,
In
qualifying is his
CWR2 the
specialty.
other day, he was second, which is just incredible.
Oh, wow.
And we're ready to go. Oh, of course, you didn't race there. You racing this Thursday?
Yeah, I was skating with my cousin and my brother. I found out the hard way that there were some sticks coming out of the ice. I had a big fall. It was not fun.
do that. I wish I lived in Canada. It did snow over here, but it was really muddy. I tried to build a snowman, but I ended up just having a snowball fight with myself.
With yourself? How does that
I
even
just
work?
said that out loud. Because I started having... Oh god. There's a race
That's
going.
on the internet now.
No, I started having one with my brother, and then he got hurt, so I didn't want to waste all the snow.
How
So I
did he
just
get
kept throwing-
hurt?
I accidentally threw in his special area.
Oh,
I didn't aim it.
poor
there.
guy.
It just... Yeah. He will be reserving one day in CWR2 as well, at some point in the season when I think he's quick enough, so... Should be
Okay.
good.
Why are there a bunch of mechanicals T-posing?
Oh yeah.
They're doing a bad job of it, too.
Yeah. Perfect union, right. Anyone forget to put a setup on? I don't think so.
A lot of people readied up pretty quickly.
Let's quickly get your choice for pole.
Oh god, choice for pole. I'm actually gonna go with the Norwegian boy, so if I can, I'm gonna
Interesting.
spectate him.
I'm gonna say and so it goes, and I will spectate and so it goes.
I'll go on board with him, because it's just so confusing going from person to person. So El Poder is in first at the moment. Shadow Hunter now.
Very close.
El
1.
Poder.
Elford, I think, boys.
And Sokos takes the lead. Energy Destructor back
Yeah.
up there.
And the
And
Forest.
Sokos
and,
going down the order, actually. The Norwegian boy down in 7th. I'm gonna go off of him, because I'd like to be watching some people who are actually near the top. I'm gonna go on board with Energy Destructor, who just as I say that, takes
Red
the
Bull, he's
lead.
gonna be quick for the rest of this lap as well.
Yeah.
That's the tough part of the lap gone.
El Poder is right behind him, though.
Yeah, purple middle sector Elford. Oh, he's locked up.
Oh,
That's gonna cost him
Ooh.
time.
El Poder is, like, side by side with him. In him, pretty much.
Fantastic.
Can't split the two of them. And
Oh,
Soko's
he's
still
getting
in a
nasty
very
bit of-
close P3, though.
Yeah, Elford made a...
Oh, big
nasty bit of
big
curve.
snap of oversteer
Oh,
for
he
Energy
might-
Destructor.
he's not hard.
And so it goes, takes P2, Energy Destructor
Gonna be
back
all
up into
three of
P2
these
though.
very close.
El Poder's gonna take pole though, I think.
Line.
He
Whoa,
does. Whoa,
fantastic.
less
Less
than
than
a
a tenth
tenth of a
between the
tenth
top two.
second. It's incredible.
And so it goes gets third.
So I will run you through the grid order.
Yeah.
So El Poder on pole, less than a tenth of a second behind NRG Destructor, followed by And So It Goes, the Norwegian Boy, STF Shadow Hunter, Ghost Fired Up, Andy Forrest, NLG Haza, Will J, Ace Nubs, and Julian Urvega.
Are you calling the start? I would think so. You're the lead commentator here.
Yeah, sure.
Oh god.
You can call the winner if you'd like. I'll do the
I don't
start.
mind.
I do actually
Yeah.
have sort of a specific way I call the starts, because every
I
commentator has it. I mean, in
yeah.
Formula E, it's we
I'm
go green, and Croft always yells it's lights out, and away we
yeah.
go. There's some NASCAR things like green, green,
I'm not
green,
the
or
biggest fan of David Croft, but his starts are iconic. No one can deny that.
yeah, no one can top his starts. I do actually like David Croft. I don't understand why people dislike him, but
He's not as bad as I think a little bit. I don't know. He's a bit too overly dramatic on occasion and gets a few things wrong.
that
Everyone
is
lets him
true. I
down.
do often notice him making mistakes about drivers.
I remember once in like Belgium 2015, he commentated for like 3 minutes on the wrong battle because he thought Massa and Botta, the Ferrari and the Williams, he got the wrong. Anyway, the start is yours.
And the lights are going on. I don't think anyone's going though, because oh, they are going. It's lights out, and we are underway in Spain. Ooh, good start from And So It Goes. Oh,
Oh,
there's
big
carnage
crash.
already.
Ghost
Oh,
fired up
Ghost
and
fired up
Shadow
and
Hunter.
Shadow Hunter already off. But back to the
Red
front.
Bull
That's a
got
brawn, a
three,
Red Bull, and
three
a
wide.
And So It
And so it
Goes.
goes.
I can't tell who
Yeah.
that is. Okay, the Norwegian boy's into the lead, followed by Energy Destructor El Poder, who is cutting set turn 2 after being forced off, and So It Goes follows behind. Oh, that's dive
Oh,
bomb. Energy Destructor off into the
oh, the car
grass,
gone. Yeah, that's
and
gonna
So It
cost him as
Goes.
well.
Not far behind El
There's on
Poder,
two Red Bulls collide as
Norwegian.
well.
Oh, that's not
And that's
good.
going to be a car out of the race.
Oh,
Julian
Julian.
Figure almost kept it.
Julian's kept
Well
it
done.
though. Ooh. Doing a good job not to come back onto the track and get in anyone's way. The Norwegian boy, though, still out in front. El Poder, not far behind, followed by And So It Goes.
Very dramatic
Andy
start.
Forrest,
Norwegian boy
ooh,
won.
and LG has a bit of snap of oversteer on the exit of turn 9.
In that
Norwegian
brawn as
boy,
well, it's a pretty quick car in a straight line. It's not going to be
it's
easy to
very
pass.
quick.
Norwegian boy
Poder.
can.
El Poder and So It Goes have had very good pace so far, though. It amazes me that the Norwegian boy is able to get his way back into P1, or all the way up to P1, not back into. He must have had a really good start.
First corner as well. I don't know if it was El Podo or so it was.
I think it was El Poder going off. As people are going from 0 laps to 1 lap on their tires. So the Norwegian boy pulling out a little bit of a gap to El Poder, less than a second though. Of course, no DRS in any of these cars. Yeah, that is one of his big things, is although he's very, very quick, he does make some
between the top three
significant
and Andy
mistakes a lot.
Forrest three as well.
I don't think Andy Forrest will be able to catch back up. However, I would not entirely rule him out.
No, he's not a slow guy on his day, and he's actually a very aggressive defender, which will help him keep position.
Yeah.
But
So it's looking like a 0 stop or a 1 stop.
yeah, I don't think making a stop is viable in this race with how difficult it's going to be to overtake.
Yeah. Well, you never know. In F2, in real life, sometimes, like Charles Leclerc won the Bahrain Sprint Race 2017 by pitting.
But that's at Bahrain where overtaking is very easy. It's not so easy at this track.
Yeah,
As you can
dirty
see
air
already,
plays a big issue.
have not got the pace,
Yeah.
and NLG has us stuck behind.
And so it goes. Ooh, better line through that last chicane. Big snap of oversteer based right on the back of El Poder.
Ferrari's Gus fired up, and Ace and Nubs really
Oh,
chased a bit
NLG has us round, as that looked like contact between the Ferraris. And so it goes, not making a move on El Poder like I thought he would. It's not close enough.
Norwegian boy's out of DRS as well.
There's no DRS in these cars anyways.
That is a true
It's
fact.
still a good landmark, 1 second.
Yeah. that is-
Snubs seems to have damage as he is pitting.
Andy Forrest now 2.6 off, but Will's behind him, and actually, NLG Hazard was the guy behind, wasn't he? I wonder if they made contact.
So up 4 positions, Will J, biggest gainer so far. Biggest loser so far, SDF Shadowhunter, who's spun and reset to track. Come on, Costas, you should know you're not allowed to do that.
I love you, boss. I'm sorry for my poor performance in ARCF2. I'll do better.
But yeah. I'm friends with Costas, Shadowhunter I should be calling him.
Nice.
He's a very nice guy. He's a good commentator as well.
Yeah.
But you should have known better than that, man.
Definitely. Ready
yeah.
though, people. Energy is really the last car in with a shot of this wrestling.
Energy Destructor is right on the back of Will J. I think I'll be going for something on him.
In a straight line though, compared to the Braun.
Yes, but he does have slipstream.
And he will be able to brake a little bit deeper in that car. You're gonna go for it.
Oh, he does go for it. Big send.
Oh, he's gone a little bit
bit
deep.
of a walk up. Oh, contact, and he's around.
I think that's the Braun's fault. He didn't leave enough space.
Yeah, I didn't have a great camera view, so I wouldn't necessarily say anything myself, but
yeah,
I'm sure the stewards will be reviewing that.
He didn't give the
Jim, the Energy Destructor will not be happy with that for sure.
Another car really out of a shot of the win of this race now. There's 5 left. Alberta's back within a second of Norwegian Boy.
Honestly, I don't think Andy Forrest and Will J will be able to catch up. And so it goes. Oh, he's a second and a half behind El Poder. Norwegian Boy does not have a second to El Poder anymore. El Poder will be going for this victory.
It's not going to be plain and simple to take these tyres 17 laps. See, we saw people pitting around lap 11 and 12 and 14 last time.
Yeah, well, who was the one who brought his tyres, like 19 laps?
Yeah, as El Poder sets the fastest lap.
I think that was its your boy Alfie, who's not here anymore.
Yeah, it was. He went a long way.
Yeah. So, still no penalties for anyone. So
the left front here, especially if you're following a car, can get absolutely destroyed. So Elford not going to want to sit behind Norwegian Boy for so long.
He will want to get in front and maybe, yeah. 6 tenths, 7 tenths is the gap. Shadowhunter right behind Shadowhunter. It's just been a complete disaster of a weekend for him. Yeah, he's retired on track.
I mean,
again, something he should have known better than.
Yeah. I think if you're having a bad race like that, sometimes your emotions are right. I don't know if safety car's on in this race, but I would have thought that might have been one. There's another car spun off as well in the 3rd sector.
No, that's it. It's because his car's gone over to the side to retire. So 7 tenths is the gap between El Poder, F1, and the Norwegian Boy. The
Everyone
McLaren.
In this race now is going to score points as well.
Well, that's true. So, and so it goes, is only 2 seconds back from El Poder, so not an uncatchable distance. However, the Norwegian Boy goes fastest lap.
He's got some pace.
Yep. That is sort of his specialty, is just 1 lap pace.
Yeah.
However, it looks like El Poder's caught him by a couple tenths in that one corner.
Yeah,
2, I guess, as actually Energy Destructor goes even faster.
Yeah.
He is catching Will J.
He's in that Red Bull, which is probably the best car for saving its tyres as it has the most downforce. If you don't roll him out, he's got to overtake Will J and Andy Forrest. That's not going to be the simplest task.
I don't think well, remember, we've only got, 11 laps left? 12 seconds and 11 laps, plus overtaking. It's going to be very, very difficult.
Minutes of racing. It's maybe not quite that. A lot can happen still then. I think I'm going to check if safety car's on or not, because that could have a big impact on this race. It is.
Yeah.
Vehicle damage only reduced.
So, ooh, big snap of oversteer for the Norwegian Boy. It's down to 3 tenths between him and El Poder.
He needs to get a move done quickly, because Norwegian Boy's an intelligent racer as well, and if he starts seeing that he can defend himself.
El Poder's not going to go for it yet. Sector 3 yellow, that is Ansoko? Andy Forrest. Ansokos. I think Ansoko's spun.
Yeah, he did. He lost 4 seconds. He's done well. So
Energy Destructor gets Will
side
J.
by side, that's a big crash.
Ooh, Energy Destructor off.
Lucky
Disaster
to
for
get away
him.
with no damage. That's the
El
second
Poder
time
on the
this
back
race
of the
will J.
Norwegian boy, not sending it yet.
He's thinking in the
Oh,
long term.
yeah, he does want to go for it, though. He clearly wants to, but he just can't. In the dirty air, round turn 3, that's quite difficult. Turn 4
In
now.
CWR2, Andy Forrest and Until It Goes are very similar on pace. Their names both begin with "and," so maybe we could see a battle between those. So you don't get this commentary with other people, you know? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Ooh, right on the back is the Norwegian boy. Poder
Yeah.
through turn. Turn 10 could be his opportunity, as that is a spin for
Norwegian boy
someone.
uses ABS, so he can brake a little bit deeper. It doesn't use ABS even. So he'll be able to brake a bit. I don't know about El Poder.
Yeah, El Poder 5/10 back, 6/10
Oh,
as Energy Destructor's out. No, that's not the pit lane. I think they've genuinely crashed. Virtual safety
car is out. That's
I
gonna.
wonder if anyone will be pitting
To their
with that.
I don't think it makes all too much sense to pit at this point because Julian and Ace Nubs are on fresher tyres. They're not really catching Ghost Spider.
Yeah.
What I think we're saying is it's very easy to catch in these cars, but very difficult to pass. There's a lot more crashes than
That's true. Oh, we're back green.
We are. Oh, so it's Ace Nubs and Julian. We're going side by side.
Still no penalties for anyone.
Well.
Oh yeah, that's Julian off. Ace Snubs keeps going though.
I'll keep an
Someone
eye on
said there was a massive argument in the banter chat for Torpedo League Regional. Wouldn't surprise me if it's going to continue after this race.
Yeah. Will J and NRG Destructor came together twice this race, so I presume there'll be some not so nice words said between those.
I'd imagine.
All over the back of Norwegian boy now. Breaks deeper into the corner. He is quicker. Norwegian boy is not an easy guy to pass. I raced him in quite a few leagues and he will break as late as anybody.
Yeah.
He'll bump this
The Norwegian boy will be desperate for this win. He's been doing quite well in leagues recently. You see on his Instagram page, on his stories, he posted that.
I can tell because he messages me 15 times a day, telling me how good he's doing. But, yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Nice second he is. On the straight. I can't get the exit from the final corner. Doesn't want to risk it. Norwegian boy locking up that left front.
First penalty of the session. NLG has a.
I'm not sure strict corner putting's on here.
I'd imagine it is.
It's just regular. It is just regular.
Oh.
I was thinking no one invalidated the lap in the one-shot ball corner.
Yeah.
That means
Wait,
NRG
how are you
has a
checking
response.
that?
Just pause it and go to gameplay settings. Yeah, pause it and go across to preferences.
Oh yeah.
Will J made a mistake and has a all over the back of him now.
I have to wonder if El Poder's maybe even counting on the Norwegian boy getting a penalty. Ooh, the Norwegian boy locks up.
If he does get a theft, he's going to keep on locking up that left front though. That's the tyre you need to protect in this race. I know locking up doesn't affect you all too much in this game, but it has some effect. I'm not sure he's going to get to the end on those tyres because he's driving very aggressively. Oh, El Poder makes a mistake though. He's going to get a 3-second time.
He's got the penalty now. It's not what he needed.
Yeah.
I think he may have just gifted this to the Norwegian boy.
He went deep into the first part of the chicane, had no choice to cut the corner. I can check the warnings for you now.
That would be nice, please.
So Norwegian has no warnings, of course, Torpedo has a penalty. And so it goes has 2 warnings, Andy Forrest 1 warning, Williger no warnings, Hazard 2 invalidated lap times, not sure what that means. Ghost Up has 2 warnings, Ace Nubs has 4 warnings, but of course they could be contact, none for Julian, and the other 2 cars are out of the race.
The Norwegian boy just keeps locking up.
And so it goes is still in a very nice position though, because he's got a nice buffer behind him. If these 2 make contact ahead,
yep, the Norwegian boy is in very good position to at least get a podium.
Yeah. He should win this race from here now. There's a lap car as well, but that's going to ghost. Just would worry for his tyre wear. Dude,
And the
he
lap
doesn't...
car gets out.
Oh,
Oh!
this
El
Elpoder's
Potter
round. He
spins.
lost it on the curb.
Oh, and he
He's
resets
reset
the
the track
track.
as well. As clear as day on my view. I don't know about yours. I'm not
Yeah,
sure if
I
that's
had a perfect view to just watch his car spin around on the spot.
Yeah, I mean, he has very good reactions to reset the track as quick as he did, but that is...
I just don't understand. Ooh,
Good.
his energy destructor leaves the session.
Faster. I don't think he's going to struggle getting these tyres to the end if he's already setting a fastest lap on them. It's been a great drive from himself.
Yeah, he's driven. He's driven very well. El Potter, of course, will probably be getting a penalty for that reset to track. So all Lance Oakos needs to do is stay with him, and he'll probably get P2.
10 seconds in Torpedo League for a reset to track.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty sizable penalty, to the point where he could even be vulnerable with the 3 seconds to Andy Forrest 3. Although Andy Forrest 3 is vulnerable himself to Will J 5-1-05. He's already been involved in several collisions.
Yeah.
He does seem faster at this point.
Well, El Potter is catching back up to the Norwegian boy.
Will J goes off and he spun. And there's another driver error in these cars. They're not easy to drive.
No, that's true. They're very difficult to drive. As he's retired from the track.
That has to be a safety car, surely. That's a very dangerous place.
No, because he just retired on track.
He'll get a penalty for that, but now NLG has a commitment to challenge Jan Forrest Free, who's not been the quickest today, but he's been consistent, very few mistakes, and it's put him in a good position.
Yep, Haza is right on the back of Andy Forrest. Bigger gap than El Potter and the Norwegian boy were having, and so it goes past this lap.
I wonder if he's been looking after his tyres and now he's going to start to attack.
Well, I think he's too far back from the Norwegian boy to do anything, sure, but...
And he's definitely in a position where he's going to be able to get to the 3 seconds without the reset the track penalty from El Potter record. Is it half points or is this going to be a full points rest?
I'd imagine it'll be half points.
That seems fair enough. Well, that's understeer with these cars without as much as
yeah, with 7.5 seconds to make up to the Norwegian boy. It's too late for so it goes if he's pushing now.
If he's having to change his weight, he might lose the position to Ace Knobs. I don't think he will though.
He's not going. There we go.
As NLG Hazard is right on the back of Andy Forrest Free, that's the closest battle on track. Is this round 1?
Oh, El Potter spun. Oh,
again?
and so is Ansokos.
Wow, did they make contact?
Well, El Potter reset to track and instantly Ansokos went round.
Yeah, and that's why you can't reset the track. I will hold my hands up. Yesterday I reset the track in Torpedo League and HY Giotto slammed right into the back of me, was out of the race. Thankfully he didn't push for a penalty because he's a really nice guy. That's what can happen. That's why you don't do it.
You shouldn't have said that. They might penalise you now.
I don't really mind. I retired from the race anyway.
Yeah.
Hi Leon. Don't penalise me.
I don't think Leon's watching. Although Eddie, of course, is also a steward, so you gotta watch out for him.
NG had a little look. Can he carry more speed through here? I might think about
Ooh, he's gonna go for it, I think. On the outside, Andy Forrest defends, bit of contact.
From Andy Forrest. There was a massive crash between me and Manu in Torpedo League yesterday when he moved under braking. It shows what can happen. You've got to be careful doing that.
Moving under braking is very dangerous, both from the attacker and the defender, so...
Hazard is quicker at this point. Andy Forrest 3 needs to defend, because even though he's got a penalty, he seems quick enough that he could pull away.
Yeah, except Haza's got more pace, so even if he... Andy Forrest needs to rely on Haza maybe spinning. One of the big points to spin is turn 12, which they're going through right now.
Andy Forrest is struggling on the tyres, how long it took him to get the power down there.
The Norwegian boy with 10 seconds to El Potter has been very dominant.
He has, it's been a fantastic race. NLG has got a good car in the straight line, he can't get the exit out of that final chicane. And he's not going to be able to pass him.
I think he's trying to get out of the slipstream a little bit. Maybe trying to cool down his tires.
that can be, there's a problem with this track. There's a lot of stressful corners. Those
Yeah.
tyres, you can't really say much from looking at them on the skin. Their left front does look a little bit, I don't know what the word you would say is, but weaker.
Stretched out, maybe?
Yeah. It certainly doesn't look like a fresh tyre. Oh, as that goes fired up in the wall, and he's going to lose his front wing, I would think. Just caught that. No, he's kept it, but he's not having a great race, and yet might still finish this. Oh, yeah, there's a switch of positions. And he forced spun. And has broken his wing. Ah, I can't believe I've missed that contact.
I missed that.
Yeah.
I got distracted by El Poder lapping Ace Nubs.
As
Norwegian boy even faster.
Very confusing. 2 laps left of this race now. I don't think he's in any danger at all. Andy Forrest 3. It's a good job the guy behind him's in minute 13.
And Soko seems a little bit low on fuel. He's got a yellow fuel symbol.
Yeah, but there's no fuel modes in these cars as well, so he's gonna have to lift him
there is.
Oh, is there?
It's that there's no ERS.
Yeah, I was thinking F2 cars.
Yeah. F2 cars are very simple, and I like that about them.
I still love the relationship I have with F2 cars on this game. They're so understeered, which can make them both very satisfying and unsatisfying to drive. And so it goes, needs to stay within a reasonable gap of El Poder, who will definitely have some penalties coming his way if they reset the track. Andy Forrest pits, changes his wing. Pretty much nailed on for 5th now. Fortunately, not much happening in this race.
Yeah. I'm gonna ride on board with the Norwegian boy for a lap, see if he sets another fastest lap. Because there's no one super close together on track, so...
Laps up the inside front, but the edge comes wide there. Keeps it flat through here. Easily.
Yeah, you can commentate on this lap.
Yeah. He's a bit more curved straight to the inside. This is the most difficult corner in these cars. There's so much understeer. He keeps it very nicely. Wriggles to the left, brakes on the curve, little lock up of the inside, but it's not really going to hurt him. On the power as soon as he can. He uses no traction control, so there is a dangerous spinning. This is a very satisfying corner when you get it right. And then through to the, in a Formula 1 car, flat turn 9, he'll probably have to brake, but only a tiny bit. That is on the edge from the Luigi Boy. Brilliant stuff towards the heaviest braking point on the circuit of turn 11. Big lock up on the inside. But it'll go where it again stays off the curve on the inside. And then just flips the grass. Neat and tidy lap so far into sector 3. Again touches the curb through the final chicane. Really ruins the lap for me this corner. And then on the power as early as he can. Easy flat. These cars do have more grip than you. Remember, across the line. Fastest final sector just behind his fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, so good lap from him. As that's Ace Nubs spinning.
El Poder
goes even faster.
Oh, the yellow flag in there, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably Ace Nubs.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh, Julian nearly spinning as well.
Yeah.
So the Norwegian boy, very dominant drive.
But, they're both going to score points, the back two.
Do you sort of want to do the whole Norwegian boy comes across the line to win, or should I?
I'll let you do it. You called the start, it would seem right.
Alright, if you say so. I mean...
I really don't mind.
I'm not arguing. El Poder has a flashing fuel symbol.
Yeah, that means he's
so
got
does
less than a
Voder.
lack of fuel left.
Yeah, I mean, and so it goes.
Norwegian boy's done very well with fuel as well, because he's still not got, on the final lap, anything left. He's still pushing to everything. He's been an absolutely brilliant drive. He's not going to go get the fastest lap, because even if he goes quicker this lap, El Poder has gained on him.
Yep. So, as the Norwegian boy, displaying a very dominant drive, comes around the final corner, does some weaving to celebrate a win in the in Torpedo League Regional. The first round of the first season, Spanish Grand Prix, goes to the Norwegian boy.
I
Very,
brilliant
very good
drive.
drive from him. El Poder takes second. Third looks like it will go to, and so it goes. However,
Imagine
after
El
some
Poder would get a
penalties, it's
penalty.
possible he'll get second. And LG
And so
has
it
it.
goes pretty
Looks
happy
like
with him.
he'll be getting fourth. He does take it.
We don't know
Andy
what happened.
Forrest, all the way back at turn 9. Nothing could put him in front of NLG Haza, surely. As
mean,
Ace Nubs and Julian, both being lapped, finish their races. Yes, it's El Poder's home race, so happy home race, El Poder. It's good to see
he
it
definitely had the
brought
pace
you
to win
P2 on
today.
track. So as Andy Forrest comes around the final corner, P5 for him, and the other Ferrari of Ghost fired up comes through the final chicane now. Flashing fuel symbol, final corner, as he completes the race for P6.
Yeah, and to say what happened in the first race, there was a few incidents in that second one, but overall it was quite a satisfying result.
Yeah,
I think a lot of guys who retired in the first race will be happy with their results. Cos Fired Up and Andy Force 3 didn't have great races, but they got good results, and that's what can matter.
Yep.
I'd like to see what happened between NLG Hazard and Andy Force 3, because that rather cost him 4th place.
Yeah,
But,
I wonder if it's always possible Andy Forrest 3 just spun on his own, but you never know.
It seems strange that he would get wing damage from that in that part of the track, but it could happen.
Yep. So, the Norwegian boy from Norway.
Did we get these guys in for interviews? Or is that another thing?
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
add them to the party if you want.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I don't have El Poder, but I have Norwegian Boy, and that's how it goes.
I mean, I don't have any of them, so. But your race winner is the Norwegian boy. El Poder takes second place. His McLaren teammate, and so it goes, takes third, followed by NLG Haza, Andy Forrest, Ghost Fired Up, Ace Nubs, Julian Orvega, Will J, NRG Destructor, and last but not least, STF Shadow Hunter.
How do you spell El Poder's name? Just so I can...
EL underscore PODER. All caps.
Okay. All caps.
Hello. Hi. We're just gonna do some interviews in a moment.
Yeah.
Probably should have come up with some questions to ask.
I'll come up with them, it's alright.
And so it goes, says he's not doing the interview.
Lotus, alright. Does El Poder have any numbers at the end of his...
F1.
F1. I can't find him for whatever reason. I wouldn't join anyway. Norwegian boy, it was a very good drive from you, so I'm going to think of a question here. You were locking up your left front an awful lot during that race. Did that hurt you with the tyre wear? Or were you just too dominant to worry? Good. There is other questions. I'm sure I can think of them. You got a really good start, and that really helped you in the race. Tell us what happened.
I'm just gonna interrupt for a second. We can't hear you on stream. You just need to change your party settings. Unless it's having the same glitch that we had with Jake earlier. Hopefully it isn't.
If it is, then I know it's not my fault, so...
Yeah.
You know. Even still.
Yeah, just make sure the setting says always allow your voice to be broadcasted.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
okay,
glitch with the
that's
stream,
unusual.
unfortunately, I think, which is sad.
Yeah,
Well, it's been
so
lovely speaking to you
that's
anyway.
unfortunate. I'll
I
just
can
end the
reiterate.
stream now then,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, great drive. You deserve the win. After
Yeah,
a
you
pretty poor
definitely did
first race
deserve
with
it.
everything that happened, you were the dominant force. Well done.
Yeah, well done. And I'll end the stream now. So thank you to everyone who watched. Had a lot of fun. And why can't I actually find the button to end it? There we go. That was really odd.
Now, if it turns.
That would be hilarious. But no, I can definitely hear you. Yeah, so thank you everyone who watched. This has been round 1 of Torpedo League Regional and Season 1. I hope you enjoyed the Spanish Grand Prix as much as Jake and I did, and I'll see you next